He goes out slow. She's going over to...
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris, he knows who you
Thank
are.
you.
Oh,
Welcome
look at
to you
him.
both. It's wonderful to have
Well,
you.
so he
It's an honor
immediately
to have
looks
you.
alpha. Great.
Good evening. We are looking forward to
I think it's good that he did not invade her
So let's get
portion of
started.
the stage. I
I
think he
wanna
was
begin
very
tonight with the
deliberate
issue
about
that
that
voters
because he would have been
repeatedly say
attacked
is
for
their
it.
number
Look how
one
frightened
issue,
she
and that
is.
is the economy and the cost of living in this
Her
country.
hair's on point,
Vice
though.
President
Great
Harris,
hair,
you and
Kamala.
President Trump were elected 4 years ago, and your opponent on the stage
Let's find
here
some
tonight
positives for the
often
girl. Come on.
asks his supporters, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle-class kid, and I am actually
hell's that
the
got to
only
do with the
person on
question?
the stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class.
This
and
is the
working people.
whatever happens answer.
I'm going to go with
Yeah.
this. She's obviously been rote learning
Of the American people.
a lot of
And that is
script
why
because they
I
cannot
imagine
afford
and
for
have
her
actually a plan
to
build
not
what I
be
call an opportunity economy.
saying precisely
here's the
what
thing.
others have written
We
for
know
her.
that we
When she
have
goes into
a
her own
short-
head, that's where the problems begin.
But also, if the fundamental question is, are you better off than you were 4 years ago?
We know
That's
that
a yes
young
or no
families
question to begin with.
Correct, right? So she's going to, okay, I get why she wants to talk about tomorrow, but she's part of the team that has co-piloted the plane into the mountain. And look at Trump going, here we go, I'm ready to crack in here.
My mother raised my sister and me, but there was a woman who helped raise us. We call her our second mother. She was a small business owner. I love our small businesses. My plan is to
Hang on,
give...
did you just hear that when she just said, I was raised by my family and then we had another woman who was a small business owner? That's just a nanny. Okay, let's not pretend it's a small business owner. That's like saying that the 14-year-old who comes around to take care of your kid is a small business owner, please. She, by the way, has never owned a business and never employed a single human, ever. Look at Trump. He's ready to go. Oh, the Trump sales tax now.
We were at 21%, but that's being generous because many things are 50, 60, 70, and 80% higher than they were just a few years ago. This has been
It's going to be
Oh, yeah,
So-
shaking their head.
So rather than say he's a liar, she's just going to shake and see this. Oh, this is all weird. Everything he's saying is so strange.
Oh, I'm bemused now. She's bemused.
Oh, he's into immigration already.
jobs that are occupied right now by...
Oh, now she's going for the Nancy Pelosi sort of disdainful, you know, ripping up the speech.
And you see what's happening. You see what's happening
But
with
that
towns throughout the
smugness does
United
not
States.
translate
People don't like it.
well. The fans love it.
Ohio, you
The
look
people
at
you're trying to
Aurora,
convince
in
don't like it.
Colorado. They are taking over the towns. They're taking over buildings. They're going in violently.
Let
These are
her
the people
defend that. Let her
she
say,
and
no, that's all
Biden
fake.
led into
This
our
is fake
country,
news.
and
This
they're
is
destroying our
lies,
country.
disinformation.
They're
Let her
dangerous. They're at the
defend
highest level
the
of criminality,
flood of
and
illegal
we have to get them
immigrants that
out.
have
We
come
to
into
get
the
them out
country
fast.
through
I
that
created
southern
one of the
border over the
greatest
last 3.5
economies
years.
in the history.
Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment since the Great Depression.
COVID.
Oh, it could be because your
COVID.
governors closed down businesses because Fauci told them to. I mean, do they think we've forgotten that?
Yeah, please.
Do we have selective amnesia here?
No one thinks Trump brought it over in Air Force One, all right?
Clean up Donald Trump's mess. What we
Clean
have
up
done
Donald Trump's
Please,
mess.
please.
The best performing economy we've seen since Reagan, perhaps better in some aspects.
You're going to hear from the same old tired playbook, a bunch of lies.
Oh, here we go.
grievances, and
Everything
name
you hear
calling.
is
What
lies.
you're going to hear tonight
Don't believe your lying
is a
eyes.
detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025.
Drink! If you've got drinking games, Project 2025 should be one of the tabs.
But also, Project 2025 is such a super lefty, super Twitter, super MSNBC thing, right? Which, of course, was a think tank of people who used to work in the Trump administration with their ideas of
But
what.
Trump has
But then he said, I'm not in
decided.
it.
This is not-
Nothing to
it's
do
got
with
nothing
me.
to do with
Nothing
it.
to do, as you know,
Here you
and
go.
as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with
Here we
Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together.
She's
They
shaking
Oh,
her
I'm
head
sick of this
again.
already.
Oh, she's doing the sort of motherly, mummala. No.
substantially and create a great economy like I did before. We had the greatest economy. We got hit with a pandemic, and the pandemic was not since 1917. Where
Say
100
China.
million
Say
people
China.
died.
China.
He doesn't do China anymore, does he?
I really miss the way he says China. Sometimes I just think about that. I think about, just miss the way he says China. Is that strange?
No, it's just lovely that the way that you thought about it.
I am offering what I describe as an opportunity economy, and the best economist in our country.
Equity is what she's offering, which is communism, Kamala. We know what equity means.
That's it. Everyone, unlike equality, ends up in the same place.
That's it. It means equality of outcome, not equality of opportunity.
Mine would strengthen
And
the
it
economy.
always ends in tears.
What the Wharton School has said is Donald
I
Trump's
don't
plan.
think...
She keeps quoting these economists and academics as if there's any faith or trust in that expert class that is highly politicised, highly ideological, that have said anything. Remember the last debate, well, not the last one, the 2021, when we had the national security
51
experts
national
telling
security
us
experts.
that Hunter's laptop was a Russian plot. People aren't buying this anymore, folks.